welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for this live interactive session with Builder AI, where we will look into the depth of Builder AI prototyping tool, all what the Builder AI platform can offer you as an App Olympic participant with your free account, as well as how tips and tools, best practices to include in your prototype pitch for the 30th of January, because that 4-minute video pitch that you need to submit before the 30th of January has two components. First component about your pitch deck, and the second component, we need to see a walkthrough of your mobile app prototype. So this evening, Mr. Praful is with us with his colleague Rami, and they will together be guiding you to the fantastic features that Building AI offer and help to develop your prototyping tool. And in a second portion of the call this evening, we will have an open Q&A where you will get the opportunity to ask your questions, share your screen, demonstrate your prototype, and get live feedback. So without any further introduction, I believe that Mr. Praful and Rami are now superstar of the App Olympic programs. I don't think that they need any introduction. So allow me to hand over directly to them. Very warm welcome, Praful. Thank you for being with us this evening, and the floor is yours. You.
Awesome, Melanie. Thank you so much. And let me share my screen. So let me know once the screen is visible.
Thank you. It is.
Okay, fantastic. So the idea of the prototype is to depict or in some way visualize your idea and give that visualization to the judging panel so they can better understand your overall app idea, right? And in order to do that, you can utilize the platform to create your prototype. And to do that, we have some templates over here. We have Natasha. She's our AI powered project manager who can assist in suggesting the right platforms, or let's say the templates to choose from. Not necessarily that you need to pick one of these templates, because your idea may be completely different and you may not want to take inspiration from some of these ideas because these are not relevant. So there is an option to create custom template here, as you would see on the right top corner. Simply select the template. It's basically creating a shopping cart with no features in it. But let's say you have some app ideas that are, let's say, either aggregator or let's say kind of Uber, where we are doing matchmaking. So you have Airbnb as an example. You have Amazon for marketplace. If you have a marketplace as an example, so for any marketplace, most of the functionalities would remain the same. For any booking engine, majority of the functionalities would remain the same. So let's take Airbnb as an example in this case, and I will click on build now. I'm going to cover both the scenarios where we select the templates as well as we create the entire journey from scratch. We are going to spend a considerable amount of time doing this exercise today. We have Natasha, as you would see on the right panel, where she can come in and recommend features based on your app idea. In addition to that, you can also search the features over here. For example, the AI has recommended 34 features for a booking engine like platform, where you would see request management, reservation feature, payments. These all necessary features are recommended. You can choose to add some features or remove some features. This is the most important part before you get to the prototyping stage, selecting the features of your platform, selecting the user journeys of your platform, right? So for the sake of this example, what I'm going to do is remove all the functionalities, assuming your idea is very different and unique. We will have no features here. Now, what we will do is we will take two user journeys into consideration. For example, we were to build a booking engine, something like an Airbnb. Again, for ease of understanding, because most of us can relate to Airbnb, and then take that concept and implement in our prototype also, right? So what is the objective of Airbnb is to allow hosts to list their properties, and on the other side, allow guests to book the properties, or explore the properties, so on and so forth, right? So if we take, so there are two user journeys essentially, or rather three user journeys. There's a user journey for admin, there's a user journey for host, and there is user journey for the customer or guest. So the first functionality that we should add over here is roles and permission, right? So we add the roles and permission functionality, and here we will mention how many roles and permissions. So here you can you can read here what is it saying. When it comes to further building the application, the prototype is completely free. Let me reiterate that. You might see the cost at the bottom strip, but that cost is really relevant to building the full application. Prototype is free. Even the development of the duration that you see is for the full build of the application and not relevant to the prototype. The prototype is instantly available the moment you make the selection of the features. And I'm going to show you, after we select the features, we can literally go through the prototype here, right? So we selected three features, roles and permissions, sorry, one feature with three roles and permissions. Then as an administrator, we would want an admin console. And now that we are talking about we're talking about, let's say, the uh, you know customer, and which is guest for Airbnb. So what is the first thing that the customers would do? The first thing is they will sign up and log in. So we will use sign up login as a functionality. So we added sign up login. This sign up login, as you can see on the screen, is your standard email address password based login. What you can also do is allow users to log in using different approaches. For example, you can also give a phone login as an option. So we have phone login as an option over here. And as you can see now, in this particular screen, they can only insert their phone number. And further, if you want to verify their phone, we can add the phone verification feature where an OTP can be sent to the users. So now, as you can see, the first screen would be enter your phone number, and automatically they will be redirected to the second screen where they will see the screen to verify their phone number, assuming that they have received the OTP verification code, right? Once the users are logged in, or guests are logged in on Airbnb, the next thing that you can think about is these users will have to create their profile on the platform. So we will add user profile as a functionality. So we can have their profiles created on the platform. Along with the user profile, I think the next thing that they should immediately see is the property listing. So we can have listing as a feature, and you would see there are some different sorts of listing over here. So we can take this listing as an option over here, right? So basically this can give you a general understanding of listing. Or and then also we can have a search functionality, because each user will do the search. So we'll add search functionality depending on what sort of search you want. Let's add a advanced search functionality, right? So basically what dates, what country, how many guests. To do that kind of searching, we'll have a search functionality. Now, once the search functionality is done, I should be able to explore a particular property and read more about that property. So we will add a product description. And moving on to next, once I read the property, if I want to make the selection, so in the back end, there has to be for the hosts. We are not taking the host journey, but because we are talking about the front end where users can select the date and date when they want to check in and check out. So we will need a calendar feature over here. So we'll add calendar feature. Similarly, we can add other features that we want for an application like Airbnb. Once the selection is made, the next thing is to probably make the payment. So we will add the payment functionality over here. Payment admin functionality. There are multiple types of payment options in case you want to use some of these payment options or stick to the standard, payment option. So for example, if you take payment admin, this is basically going to take care of your credit card, debit card, payment collections. And moving on to next, once you have the payment functionality, you will probably have because we are looking at, shopping for particular property for X number of days. This is a shopping cart to see how many, how many nights we are staying and what is the overall summary. So this is basically the shopping cart. Then we can add any other functionalities that you can think about. So this is basically, the first journey where we take all the users into we take all the steps into consideration that a particular user can potentially do on the platform. Right. So that's one. Now, if we take the second user journey into consideration, for example, let's call them employee in a way, and we can give them employee login just in case if we want to. The other thing that we can do, again, the same journey follows for them. They will have profile creation for themselves. Then they will have in the backend, they will have a console, which will allow them to create their, let's say, listings for the sake of, properties management. We can use content management where, listings can be managed. And at the same time, because sometimes the host would like to accept or decline the request raised by the guests. So here you can, approve or reject the request. So we may want to have a request management option. And also, if we want to have a blog post management, these are different functionalities. So you have various categories over here on the left side. You would see various features and various categories. For example, what are the essential features that you would need? Right, account creation. So as an administrator of Airbnb platform, I would need to create the accounts for hosts. I will not allow the hosts to log in by themselves, right? Or create the account by themselves. I want to onboard the host myself. So account creation feature can be added. Now, each application we have settings, right, in the my profile section. So we can add that. Splash screen for mobile is must. That's your first screen of any application. Terms and conditions are important functionalities because if we again think about it from an Airbnb example perspective, when a guest is signing up to stay in a host's property, he has to accept the terms and conditions that are outlined by the host. Right. So this is basically how you do the feature section, and this is very important. Now, there might be instances where we do not have, the features that you're looking for, even though we have 500 odd features in the library. what you can do is you can choose custom feature, right? For example, integration with the CRM. In case you want to add and give a brief description, you can, for the sake of this example, you can select the difficulty level. Sorry guys, there's little background noise. So here, for the, for the time being, you can define the complexity, but generally what would happen is one of our product expert would define this complexity of implementation depending on how complex that implementation is. But for the sake of prototyping, we don't need that. We just need a placeholder feature over here, right? So we will explain this is a prototype sample. We can basically give it a whole definition. And now we can click on create. So the functionalities that are not available, you can utilize this custom functionality or custom feature option to add placeholders, and you can replace those placeholders screens with the designs of your choice, with the depiction that you want to give for your features. So now we are adding that feature, and there you go. We have an integration with CRM, and if I click on it, it will be, this is a backend feature. This is a placeholder sort of. What you can do is in the prototype section, when you see the screen, you can replace it with your own screen if you want to depict the integration. All right. So, this is very important that you select your features through the screen, and then we go to the next step, which is the prototype. Absolutely. While the prototype is loading, I would like to answer that question. While you may have 58 features, you also have to think if all these 58 features are front end screens. There are some features that can be back end. For example, admin console. So you don't have to really demonstrate the admin console as a feature in this journey. You just pick the features that makes sense for end users to go through. If I was an end user, what are the different features I would use? So let me show you that on the screen. So this is your, let's say, compact mode where you see the prototype in action, and you click on particular, let's say, hotspot, and that takes you to the next screen. So for example, if I click on login screen or sign up screen, it will take me to the relevant page. Right. So if I click on sign up, it will take me to the relevant page. It should have taken me to the relevant page, but we'll go to the flow mode and adjust that. All right. Some of you also had asked me the question around how can I collaborate with one of my team members or two of my team members. So here you have the option to do that. You can add comment to the prototype. You can invite members, and to show you how to invite members, I will go to the plan delivery screen and go to the next screen from here. Okay, so here you will see invite option. You can enter the email address of the person you want to invite, right? So, and this particular user will be invited. They need to have an account on builder.ai. So the journey you have followed to sign up for a prototype, they can follow the same journey to sign up. And sorry, the journey that you have followed to sign up is the same journey that your team members will have to follow. And once they have created their account, you can simply invite them using the invite feature, and they will get access to the whole feature list that you have put together for yourself. Right. So that way they can also collaborate on this prototype, and you can further add comments over here. You can download this video or slideshow from here in case you want to utilize that as part of your pitch. The video will literally walk you through every single screen. But let me show you the flow mode. Before I go to the flow mode, is there any other feature that I have to cover over the screen? So yeah, you have the share as a option where you can share this prototype link on email or share through a link, or you can share it on social media or embed it if you want to. So once you have this option, you also have the option, as you can see, roles. So the user journeys we talked about, there is a host and there is guest. So role one can be, you can call that role one as a guest and role two as host, and then you can define the journeys for both. But given the amount of time that you have for, let's say, your prototype, I would recommend you to stick to one user journey, for, because you have 2 minutes time frame, around 2 minutes to capture a user journey, or let's say the prototype video. So 2 minutes will not allow you to capture both the, or multiple user journeys. It is best to pick one user journey that your product is really built for. For example, if it was, an accounting application, it is for accountants. So how accountant is going to use platform, how you're making his life easy. That's what basically you will cover over here, right? So, that's basically, and obviously, once you are shortlisted for the next round, you will have another opportunity to present second, third user journey, and so on. Now, I am switching to the flow mode, where we are going to look at all the screens on the platform. And as you would notice, these screens are standard screens. These screens are in form of images. These screens cannot be edited. But what you can do is you can use a tool like Canva to design your own image, and then add those images of your app over here. Right. So as you can see, this is the first screen and this is the second. These screens, as you can see, are linked to each other. Now you would see the sign up action is taking the user to dashboard, which is not correct. So what we would do is we'll go here, click on edit screen. And once we go to the edit screen, we will see the option. So the sign up login here, the selection is dashboard, but rather we should go to sign up screen. Or since this is already a sign up login sign up screen, we should allow users to go to probably another screen, account creation screen, for example, and say save. Now you will see the journey would have changed in the platform for that particular user. Now your first screen is this one, and your second screen will automatically become the account creation screen. So the flow, you are able to link and delink the screens using this functionality. All right, I'm going to exit the flow mode and go back over here. And now you would see, if I expand the prototype here, you will see the sign up login. Now the sign up page has account creation. The moment you click on sign up button, it will take you to account creation page instead of the dashboard, which was incorrect linking that had happened. Again, the login screen is taking to the admin console, which is not correct. So we can again do the same thing and change the screens. At some point, you may want to add some screens, add icons, or add hotspot. So hotspot is nothing but, the area which you can make clickable on the prototype for people to click on it and navigate the application. Right. So for example, if I take hotspot here, you will see there are two hotspot already. Now if you want another hotspot, for example, you want people to agree to your terms and conditions, so here I'm making this as, the hotspot. Now this hotspot is not selected, so we want terms and condition over here, so I'm going to select terms and conditions and say save. All right, it is saved now. And if I go back, I have not changed the flow here. I have just added an action. So for example, the hotspot now has, this particular screen now has an hotspot with terms and conditions. So I can click on this and you see the terms and condition page would open. And by default, the terms and condition has some hotspots like agree, cancel, or close. Or you can also have a hotspot over here to agree to the terms and conditions. Right now, let's move back to the flow mode.
Perhaps, Prafur, we could take one question.
Sure.
Wonderful. Dana, if you want to unmute yourself, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So my question is, how can I integrate any AI functionality? For example, I have seen that you have a plant recognition feature. How can I use it, but not for plants? I mean, maybe for like image or face recognition. I'm gonna need to have some drawings over the camera when it detects the object or the face. Uh, how do you advise to do that?
Yeah. So as you can, so this is a very good question, Dana. And what I would advise all the participants is to think about the prototype as only the front end, right? When it is just the front end, you just have to focus on creating a flow and adding the functionalities that are, that would really make the impact and would convey the message. So in your case, Dana, the first feature that you would probably add is enable camera. There is a functionality called as enable camera. You will add that feature and you will add some sort of, let's say, in the form of video, some graphic where a picture or your face is getting scanned or recognized, and then it's approving that this picture is available in the database and transitioning into the next screen.
Okay, so I'm going to add a video or a picture that's going to act as the placeholder.
That's correct.
Okay, and
So
can you show us around how to like upload such like video or image to?
yeah, so when you are creating, so the prototype here is, if you think about the video, the final pitch video that you're going to create, the first segment of that video is where you're going to talk about your pitch deck, where you want to talk about your idea. The second portion is where you're going to depict your, let's say, prototype video. Now, in this process, you have the control over creating the video. So in video also, in prototype also, you can add those effects outside of, the prototype. So
So you
that,
edit the video and add my own interface.
that's correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Awesome, Jana. Thank you. And as we look at the flow mode and the ability to make the edits, so for example, some of the participants asked me that we don't have the control of editing the screens. Since this is, let's say, the instant version of the prototyping, obviously it will not have the screens that you want. And there are two approaches to address this. The first approach is where you have the option to update screen. So for example, this is a splash screen. I don't like this splash screen. I have my own idea and I have my own splash screen, which has my own logo. So I would prefer to use that, in which case we'll simply look at, so I have Airbnb splash screen. I'm just going to take this as a screen. So assuming that the screen is designed by me outside of the platform using tools like Canva, I am just utilizing this and uploading it in my uh, prototype. Now you would see the splash screen changing. Give it a second to upload the image. And while the image is uploading, I would like to also share some of the best practices with all of you when it comes to prototyping. It's very important to note that you segregate between the backend screens. You have to prioritize what you're going to demonstrate or walk the people, or let's say the juries, through in your prototype video or the entire pitch video. For example, like I said, no need to include the backend screens such as admin console, such as integration, because integration is not actually taking place. What is the outcome of that integration is probably what you can depict in form of your prototype in your screens. The second thing is, let's say, prioritizing the user journeys. The most important user journey, you walk them through first, then the second user journey in your video. If possible, if you get the opportunity to demonstrate the second user journey. So now, as you would see, the screen has changed. And if I go back to the prototype mode, it will show me this as my first home screen. And from here, I can go to the second screen. So this was the first approach where you utilize the builder.ai's free tool, use your own images, and kind of configure your prototype. Uh, and we have also been given an opportunity to present some of the tailor-made options if you want to use our designers to create those designs for you and put a flow together of the entire prototype. We can do that as well. It'll take 2 weeks for us to create the prototype, and there's certain cost associated with it. But here you will get the access to designers from our side, and there is no restriction for you to not utilize designers. The prototype can be built by professional help. You can do it on your own. If you're professional already, you can utilize your expertise. You can have some of your friends help you with that. But the idea is to have a video pitch that can clearly communicate and articulate what you're trying to do with your business idea. Great. So we'll keep moving on, and I will answer some of the questions in between like this. So here you would see edit screen option. When you get to a particular screen on the application, you can choose what you want to, add icons. For example, you may want to, let's say, use home icon to, basically depict people that you can use. Press on this icon to go to home screen, settings, delete, map location, pin location, bell icon for notifications, so on and so forth. These are some of the tools. If you have, or let's say these are some of the icons. If you have your own icon, you can browse and add your own icons as well to the prototype that you're creating. So that's just, let's say, the icon functionality, but also, as I have already explained, you can add images also. You can completely revive the screens that are over here. You can add features. Again, I would like to re-emphasize on the hotspot. Hotspot essentially is a clickable area that you create on the application, so people can click on that area and go to a particular screen on the application. So it's basically an important part of defining the flow. For example, let's say In the application screen, you chose people, if they click on this area, they should be redirected to a particular page, right? So you choose that hotspot, and on this screen itself, you have the ability to select which screen they go to. All right. So here I select one of the screens and say save. So it's not just, let's say, selecting the areas people can click on, but also when they click on it, which screen they get navigated to. That's what basically this is. And I think most of you have questions around this. So I would like to really take some more time and, explain how to click, create those clickable areas on the screen, and how to select which page they go to next from the flow, right? From the once they click on this selectable area. So as you can see, there's also launch screen, which is your first screen of the application. Whatever you upload, you can set it as a, even on this screen, you can set it as a launch screen. You can, some of the features, when you initially selected the features at the previous screen that we saw, you may not want those features now. So you have the option to delete the feature or unlink if the flow is not correct. So these are the functionalities that you can use. On top of that, you have a add image, add feature, or add logo options over here that you can utilize. And then basically, once you have all the screens in place, you would probably want to use some video making tool and have a script ready to talk about what this functionality does, what this page does, or what this particular feature does. And so that way you can walk the entire, give a walkthrough of the entire flow to the viewers. Ali, one of the questions that you asked was about, let's say, should I focus on the core features of my application, because some of the features in any application are just default features. So if you think about the jury, those 4, 5, or X number of people that are looking at your pitch deck, as long as they get the flow, which means anyone watching the video, as long as they understand the flow of your application, it should be okay. You can spend more time on the core features, but I would recommend that you at least show the login screen, file creation screen, and then jump into your core features. One of the questions that Zoom user asked about, let's say, how many screens. So I don't think there is a limitation on number of screens, but it's more of, the total time that you have. You have 2 minutes to demonstrate your app flow. So you be conscious about, what features you want to pick, what user journey you want to show, and based on that, you can, walk the give a walk. So no limitation on number of screens that you have over here. You can minimize the screens, you can maximize the screen. The whole idea is, even if you have 20 screens, as long as what you are building is getting communicated to the users, you always have the option to redo the flow later on. You don't have to stick to that flow. The idea is for you to qualify to the next round. And for that purpose, if 20 screens or 15 screens or 25 screens help you communicate the message, what you're trying to build, how you are trying to create the impact using this app idea, that should do the job. And obviously, when we are going to, if you are one of the award winners, we are going to then extensively get into the details of each screen, each functionality, and expand that further from the technology building perspective.
Thank you.
All right.
We have some more questions, if you may.
Sure.
I do actually have a few questions, so bear with me. Okay. I'm building an app that is in Arabic. Would it be possible for you to show me if there is any way where I can edit the existing text that is available here in the prototype in Arabic? And the second question that is also related to that is that, for example, I will have the search feature or the advanced search feature. Is it possible for me to change the text that is on the search feature? I think these are both kind of like correlated questions. If you can answer me with that question, I'll talk you to my two other questions as well.
Sure. So, as you can see, the prototyping tool has standard screens that are in English, but you have the ability to change the screens yourself. For example, this Airbnb screen that I uploaded as a splash screen, this can be in Arabic. What I mean here is the Canva image or any images that you create using any image creation tool, you can create those images in Arabic. Within this, because these are images, the images do not have editing, textual editing facility. So you cannot edit that inside a builder, but what you can do is create any images outside using third-party tools like Canva in the language that you want and simply upload it to the BuilderAI platform, and that should do the job.
So does that mean that if I'm going to do something in Arabic, then everything is going to be images from my side, and I will not be able even to for example, let's say when I'm adding the details of the profile of the person, if I'm showing it on the prototype, I should be able to edit it or make an action. If I'm just going to upload images, then I will not be able to make any actions on the prototype.
Yeah, so no, you will be able to make actions on the prototype. The actions you can make. So, for example, this is an image itself right now. This is, as you would see,
Okay.
this is an image itself, right? This is not like shop and shop is editable or full name, and I can type my name over here, email address. No, it's not typeable. It's an image. You can still upload image. For example, I uploaded this image, assuming this is an image that I can add hotspot here. I can say if it is, let's say, Google login, if people tap onto Google login, I want them to be redirected to Google login. So I'll just search for that Google login functionality in my, destination screen repository and select that. If I don't have that Google login screen added already, I will add that functionality first to the basket of features, and that's when I'll link this screen.
Mhm. Okay, I get you. Yes, yes. I've seen that part. Okay, I'm gonna go to the second question that I have, which is regarding videos. Okay, so I want to add the video feature, and when I searched for the video, there were, I think, around like maybe 30 features regarding the video. Um, w- and what the video I want to show, because it's going to be a course. So what would be, maybe if you can suggest to me, which feature should I upload so that I can use it and play the video, if that's possible?
Okay. So here what I would recommend is, because you will have the control of editing the video, right? The entire pitch video, 4 minutes video that you're going to do submission for, you already have a video in place. You can just, in the prototype, you can insert your video for that particular thing instead of, because as you can see, the features here are the static screens. So as much as you want to play a real video, there is a video functionality, but it's only to depict that this particular screen would play the video, right? Not actually play the video, right? So here, this is the depiction that this is a video screen and listing of videos, but it's not actually going to play the video. And now that you want to play a video, the best way to think about that is if you have a 2 minutes video journey for prototype, and at 1.22 seconds you want to show that video will be played, at that point you bring in the video that you already have and insert it at 1.22, 1 minute 22 seconds, and just link it to the entire film.
Okay. That being said, I have a question for the App Olympics team. Since my entire application is going to be in Arabic, what would you recommend us in terms of when I'm walking through it on the pitch? Would you recommend us to say it in English?
Yes, please. If you can record your pitch video in English, the competition is taking place in English.
But it's so just double check because I'm going to do a lot of investment in terms of, Arabic content, just
Yeah,
to make sure that I'm not, going to be doing that for nothing. Like you still accept Arabic content or Arabic applications, right? Like it's
of
okay.
course. Of course. But for the pitch recording, if it can be in English, please.
That would be completely fine. I would completely fine with that. I just want to make sure that when when we submit an application in Arabic, that will still be accepted. So,
Of course, absolutely.
one last question to Mr. Praful, and then I'm gonna be okay, which is regarding gamifications. What would you recommend in terms of gamification features?
So the context of gamification varies from app idea to app idea. If you can elaborate a little bit more when you say the gamification,
Yes, I'm
and
gonna
I
tell
can
you.
point.
So for example, let's say I completed the course and I want to give them a reward, right? I want to show them some sort of like the next page, like, hey, you've earned this badge or you've earned this certificate.
Got it. So here you have, let's say, features around it, gamification. So you have, let's say, one of the feature is karma points, which basically is allocating points based on certain activity or certain task that you complete. And you can ask Natasha. So I've just typed in this query to Natasha. Now Natasha is reviewing it and giving us the response. All right, so Natasha is recommending for gamification concept use custom feature. So we can utilize the custom feature where Natasha will tell us, we'll have to give it a name. For example, so basically you will make it over here as a custom feature. You will name it something, in this case, let's say a badge. And let me add a description to the badge over here. You can explain the badge concept, and then you have the complexity you can choose here, and then that placeholder will get added. So in case if you don't find some features, we do have, let's say, certification. So we have certification feature over here, and we can try to find the badge if at all we have. We don't have badge feature, so we can simply rely on, creating a custom feature. Now that custom feature is essentially a placeholder, but obviously you're going to upload your image, so that will take care of that placeholder for depicting the the certification part, or let's say the badge part.
Hi guys, thank you so much. Praful, I just have a question. So imagine if mine is like a fintech app that where on the front end, essentially there's someone who's giving money and on the other end, the receiver as well. How do I show both of those like in terms of flow? Because I'm trying to understand the giver's function is important because they're the ones that will, let's say, make a payment. And then on the receiving end, the receiver has an option to, let's say, purchase services through their received amount. So would that be like, I'm just trying to understand how that would flow, and what would you suggest from your own experience would be a good template to follow that could help me from the multiple templates available?
Yeah, so there is a finance category. You can choose the category, and it will recommend you certain templates over there. Depending on the fintech, you can resonate which is the closest to your app idea. If you think there's no app that is relevant or close to your idea, then you can simply have a shopping cart with empty bucket, and then you add functionalities to it. But if you think about the prototype, what I would encourage everyone to not worry about what the app is going to be in reality, right? As long as you're able to communicate the message. Now, for example, as you mentioned that, let's say I am giving the money, I am the sender, and there is a
Yes.
receiver on the other end. So as long as you are able to, in the form of that video, depict, for example, in the first screen that, as a user, I'm sending the money, and in the second screen, you depict that you received the money, right? With the visuals. I think that should be enough to explain what you're trying to achieve using this application. It doesn't have to be two separate user journeys. As long as
Okay.
you can also integrate the user journeys, right?
Yeah.
To basically make the sense out of this flow.
I have one last question. So imagine the user on the other end, English is not their first language. Can I just, for the purpose of the prototype, just kind of illustrate that, that it will be available in, several languages that they can use to put the content into their language if they choose to?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And that would just be, I don't need to show the languages as utility, just only to illustrate that it can be, its potential.
Correct.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
No worries. Now I'm going to show a quick video. Yeah, and you will see, Tess, that multilingual, how smartly we have covered in that particular function, prototype, 2-minute prototype.
Hi team Emirates, we're BuilderAI and we're excited to show you a new prototype we've designed to help improve the Emirates mobile application.
Is the audio clear to everyone?
The audio is working. Thank you.
Okay, amazing.
And passengers. Over the next few minutes, we'll showcase a user journey that aligns the flow and experience of Emirates desktop website with its mobile offerings. Improvements focus on flight and chauffeur bookings, and we started from the login screens. These screens have been given a slicker look and feel to replicate the existing website journey. Language icons have been made more intuitive with elevated designs, and the entire application can be easily translated with just one click. A tutorial has also been added to ensure all users can utilize every feature and functionality. To further improve the passenger's mobile experience, the help section now includes interactive FAQs broken down by topic and category. Questions even open within the same window for a joined-up flow. Should users require a more thorough answer to their question, they can click Learn More and be taken to a page that displays the full details of their query. The search function has been equipped with autofill suggestions to make it even easier for passengers to find frequently requested information. If the FAQ is unable to deliver the correct level of support, or a user requires assistance with their query or booking, they can contact the Emirates support team directly from within the app. Support requests can trigger emails to the relevant customer team, open a live chat, or follow any of the existing Emirates help options available. To keep the mobile user journey as simple as possible, we streamline the way notifications are displayed. When a user visits the Emirates Group landing page, they will see general Emirates notifications. If they then visit a subsidiary application, Emirates Airlines, for example, they will be able to view relevant notifications for that specific brand, rather than being served everything all at once. Alongside the notification improvements, we've also the chauffeur booking is completed and a driver has been assigned. The user or passenger can send an in-app message to the chauffeur for a We'd love to hear your thoughts on what you've seen in this video and discuss how we can bring the Emirates mobile application improvements to life.
So Praful, just before you take back the floor with some questions, this video is available on HouseSpace, like we've just showed you under HouseSpace Learning Hub tab. There is a dedicated page for BuilderAI. This video is available as well as practical tutorial from Praful on how to use the app, how to unlock your free BuilderAI prototyping tool. So it is a matter of you filling in the form from unlocking your free prototype. The button is on HouseSpace, and then a team member from BuilderAI gets in touch with you. So, Praful, maybe you would like to address the question on how do we add collaborator to our prototype, and then we can continue with the hands that are raised.
Sure. Thank you so much for that, Melanie. I will reshare my screen. Let me know once you're able to see it. All right. So here you have, once you click on plan delivery and just a second, go to the next screen. Yeah. When you click on the done button, so basically here you will see the first step that we took was choosing a base, then second, refining the features of our application, then planning the delivery of the entire app. And planning the delivery for the entire app is only relevant to the full build of the application, not for the prototype. So we can skip that. And here you will see there's an invite option. To some of you, I've sent this screenshot. Yeah, here you go. So here you have the invite option. In the invite, you can just drop in the email address of the person you want to invite. They should have a builder account already set up. So the similar journey you follow to create builder account, they can follow the same journey, have their builder account set up, and then that's when you're able to invite them. Once you invite them, you will see here there is an option to put comments. So here you can add comments to the prototype. So for example, let's say this particular area, and you would see because I'm logged in as Praful, it's taking my initials and saying, and I can put the comment. Can we change this? And say post. Now you would see this comment going to be here. All the comments are going to be here between the collaborators, unless and until someone wants to change those. Now for this particular prototype, I'm alone, the invitee, so it's only giving me the option. But in your case, you will have someone else the ability to reply to this comment as well as make certain changes and resolve those comments.
Thank you very much. Moving on with the hands that are raised, we have Ahmed.
Yeah, hi. Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this this lesson. I have a question to BuilderAI team. Most of the feature that I'm trying to implement it in the app actually is not ready-made feature. So I tried my best to customize all the features. So is it fine to do this kind of process? Or is it, or it's a must to choose from what is already made in the application?
No, absolutely. You have the liberty to choose the customized feature also. You don't have to stick to what is available with builder.ai. And I will quickly give you an example of how you can create the placeholder for customized feature, because you will need to use them in the prototype modification stage. So here you have the custom feature option. You just click on it. You add the placeholder screen. that placeholder screen will just say backend feature, but then you replace that screen with whatever image you want to replace it with. So 100% you can add a customized screen and custom feature of your own. Doesn't have to be from the builder library.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ahmed. We have
Sorry,
Osam.
Melanie.
Yes.
Sorry, Melanie. One of the questions that quite a few participants have asked is, where is help me unlock my free prototyping platform on builder.ai. So as you can see, there is a cost at the bottom strip and there is a timeline. Please ignore this because this is for the full build of the application, and this timeline is for the development of the full build of the application. For the prototype, you just select the features and click on view prototypes, and that will take you to the prototype section, which has the option to fully customize without having to pay a single dollar.
Wonderful. Thank you for this clarification.
No problem.
So we have
you were, I think,
from Hossam Hassan.
Yes, hello. I
Hello.
just have a question here regarding my prototype. Now, I'm using a different color identity than what is in BuilderAI, which means that I will need to design all my screens to be uploaded to the to BuilderAI. So when I'm going through my user journey during the pitch, so I can use my designed screen to be integrated on the video, but it will not be on Builder AI itself, as I will design it outside Builder AI. So how I will go through my journey with my designed screens, as I will use a different identity, and in the same time as a requirement for the contest to have Builder AI on my user journey. So how I will show it on my video pitch.
got it.
I hope you got my question.
Yes, Osam. So basically, you are going to use your own designs, and it's
Yes, of
absolutely
course.
fine, right? So as you can see over here, each screen
Yes, I know I
has
can
the
edit
option
it,
to
of
edit.
course. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but of course I know how is the process of updating the screen and putting another screen. Now I'm talking about illustrating my user journey on the video. So this will be screen designed outside Builder AI. So how I will showcase that I used Builder AI during my journey as a requirement inside my video.
Right. So when you're capturing the video, if you notice the Emirates video that we created, it was also created
Yes,
using the customized designs. But
yes,
we have this, the entire background and the flow. There's another prototype view, which basically, so this view, so you basically capture the video using this particular screen, right? So the
yes,
screen is not just your mobile screen, but also has the other areas of this particular screen. For example, this particular screen, you have the opportunity to talk about a splash screen. What is this splash screen about?
yes.
So
Perfect.
essentially, the evidence is that you've captured using this particular simulator
Yes.
to capture the video. Yeah,
Yes, I got it. Thank you so much.
awesome. Thank you, Hassan.
Great. Thank
Do
you.
we have?
We have a question from Edwin.
Hello, Mela.
Sure.
Thank you very much. It's me again. So if I can be able to make myself clearer, I saw that video, but that video had no face. And if I understand correctly, is it okay if we use like AI generated voice for the video? That's one question.
Yes, thank you.
And Sorry, go on, sorry.
No, please go ahead with your second question. Apologies.
Okay, thank you. And again, this is for Pratful. Is it okay if we ignore everything that has to do with admin, security, and we just go straight to the point at this point for the prototype to just do only user journey? So without adding contradicting screens or futures. So we just maybe, for example, run through user journey experience, full stop, So that reduces the numbers of slide we can probably generate if we want to generate a video. And in addition, I did a lot of tests and I have a lot of builder card prototype. I don't know the difference, and I try to delete some. I don't know if it's a future. It only gives me option to archive. So is it possible to delete them if I don't need them? And lastly, I just want to add, like, in terms of the general summary, can we just maybe follow every step that you're giving us, or we are flexible to do most of these things? So again, what I mean in summary is, can I just create my prototype with personally created template and placeholder like futures and insert images without taking anything from BuilderAI? So those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin. So first
All
question.
right. Mhm.
First question is
Sure, Melanie.
regarding the pitch video. The recorded pitch video that you need to submit by 30th of January is a 4-minute pitch. And we suggest that you use 1.5 minutes to introduce your pitch deck on which we should see your face. And after that, we suggest that you take about 2 minutes to walk us through the BuilderAI feature. And indeed, for the sake of the recorded pitch prototype video, do focus on the user journey alone. Leave all of the data, the security, the admin, the back end. At this stage, we do not need that information. So do focus on the user journey for that prototype video. And yes, in the first part of your pitch, when you introduce your pitch deck around 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, we must see your face and we must hear your own real voice, because this is the qualifications for the semifinals, and the semifinal and the final pitch, they are both happening live. So we need to be able to hear your voice for technically the first time, because the qualifications to quarterfinal was only a form, and this will be the first interaction that we have personalized with each of you, each of your team. So we must see your faces and we must hear your voices. And thirdly, to answer your question regarding BuilderAI, indeed, you must walk us through the prototype on BuilderAI platform. We need to see that. Thank you. So that's a very good question you've asked regarding if you're a team, who is to pitch and who are we to see? So every team has an identified team leader. So you may have the team leader be the official presenter, or you may decide to choose someone else from your team to be the main narrator, the main presenter for the recorded pitch. However, as part of your pitch deck, we should be able to see a photo of all of the team members and their names and their role in the app development. And now if you could ask your question again, please, regarding the technicality for BuilderAI so that Praful can address it.
Okay, let me ask the technical question again. For the back, I'm talking about the back end for the builder area. Once we are done creating our apps and all, how do we go about the back end? Is one just going to produce the source code for the front end design, all those? Then we now build it together and integrate the backend to it, or are you going to provide for us database that will do all those kind of storing and all those? And again, if it's possible for us to like import a screen or a front side that's written in React into BuilderAI and use it for all those flow and compile the application. Thank you.
Great. So for the prototyping part, there is no programming required whatsoever. You can simply upload the images and link those images in a particular flow, create the user journeys, and record the video. Now, for let's say full building the application where it's a fully functional application, the front end that we use is React.js. We build the full application. We are going to build the full application, maintain it for 12 months as part of the program for anyone who gets the award, and entire thing right from the front end, which is let's say created in
Oh, Praful, we lost you
pre-utilized.
for a second.
Yeah. So the entire tech stack includes front end as React.js, back end as Ruby on Rails, and database as Postgres. Now, this tech stack will come into picture when we are going to build the applications for the 4 winners of the App Olympics contest, and the source code will be given to this winners so they can own the application idea. They are in no way linked to builder.ai, or let's say have to pay builder.ai after 1 year and after the full build of the application.
Thank you. We have
Okay, sorry, one more.
Go ahead, please.
One more following question. Sorry for interrupting. So you mean that all we're going to do is just do I interrupt? I also have a follow-up question to what Praful said.
Yes, Hamza, what is your question?
You mean that we're only just going to build the front end interface and the user story and user flow?
Yes, builder
Let
is
me
going
come
to build
again. Sorry.
everything.
Okay, all you are responsible is just to build the front end interface and nothing more.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Okay, you mean all our team is responsible for is to just build the front end interface and the user flow. That's all. We don't have to touch
For
the back
the
end. You
prototype.
guys should do it for us. Okay, for the prototype. Now let's say, for example, I want to integrate AI into our app. Do we include that in the user flow, or you guys will do that for us too?
For the prototype,
Yes,
you can imagine the best possible way to depict how AI is playing a role in your application. But when it comes to actual building of the application, we will, propose either to integrate a third-party AI model such as ChatGPT, or we can build the AI model for you.
Okay, so you can build AI model that will do the work for us, right?
Correct.
Thank you very much. You have been really helpful. Thank you to the Builder AI team. That's all for my question.
Thank you. Thank you,
Awesome.
Hamza. We have a hand raised from Zoom user.
Yes, that would be me. Thank you. So I had just one small question regarding the video. I recall you saying that we need to present the customer flow journey through BuilderAI website. So, like from what I can understand, the the first 1.5 minutes approximately, we will be talking, we will be introducing ourselves or our teams, and we will be talking about, our pitch basically. And then the second part will be, we would move from, our slides or our PPT to the AI builder.com, and we will be taking the journey, and we will be showing the screens on the website, the same website, which is BuilderAI. And then we will just conclude everything, and that would be it.
Indeed.
Am I correct?
Full summary. Yes. Absolutely, you're correct.
All right. Okay. And what if we, for example, gave a specific name in our applications, and now we want to change it because, it was just an idea. Can we change the name of the application, or we cannot?
Yes, absolutely. You can change the name of the application. It is no problem. Just make sure that in the form you will submit your pitch, you refer to the old name and the new name. So we know that we match the new idea with your team, if that makes sense.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Okay, we're going to move to our next question, and hopefully we can hear you next. Mohammad Fanous.
Yes, hi. My question is for Praful. So the question is, can we use, like later on, if we continue building on BuilderAI, can we use our own database and backend and just use BuilderAI for the front end? Like, does it integrate easily with any type of backend that we've built or a database that we have?
Yes, so there are multiple approaches to it, but it is feasible, Mohammed, to consume your existing backend. We can agree to the approach when we go into the implementation and full building of your application, which approach will be the feasible one, depending on the tool sets available to integrate with your backend.
Thank you very much. All right, JM, we're going to give that another try. The floor is yours.
Hi. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, finally. I'm so sorry for it. Good evening.
The floor is yours. Ask your question.
Yeah, all right. So my question is about after we finish our prototype and we submit it, can we publish it so the people use it like normally? Like we can publish it through Android or iOS, so the people will use it normally, like any another application.
Melanie, did you get the question?
Yes. So the question is, once the prototype is completed, how to publish it on app stores, if I'm understanding correctly.
Yeah.
So
So the prototype.
Please, Praful, I'll let you answer.
Yeah. So the prototype is only to depict your or demonstrate your app idea to the jury, and as part of this contest, it is not publicly available to be accessed by anyone. But let's say you are the winner of the award, once you win the application or contest, that's when we'll build the actual functional application for you, and then that will be published on App Store and Play Store, and people can access it, download it, and so on and so forth. So as part of the competition, you don't need to publish the prototype on any of the app, let's say Play Store or App Store like platforms.
So for
You just need to
example,
submit the video.
if I didn't win, for example, and I want to publish my idea for my application, can I do it? or it's gonna not be useful or what?
Can you repeat your question, please?
I mean, like, if I didn't win, can I publish it, or it's gonna be like useless to
Okay.
publish it?
See, the idea of prototype is to showcase to the relevant audience what you are trying to build. It's a way to visualize your application, user flow, user journey. It's not an actual functional application. It's just a prototype with screens flowing through the entire journey. So it's not going to help you uh, if you want to publish the prototype. Prototype is never possible to publish unless you have a functional application. Only functional applications, Android and iOS platforms will accept and publish on their platforms.
Thank you, Praful. And we have one last hand that is raised from Sriyan Gupta.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
What I want to do is I'll submit the final prototype in BuilderAI, but can in the pitch to the jury, can I give the preview or the walkthrough of the prototype in Wizard, because I cannot actually show a working prototype of it in BuilderAI. So can I give the walkthrough as a video or using another application?
Thank you for your question, Sriyan. So the prototype pitch video you must submit by 30th of January has to be done on BuilderAI. That being said, it is okay for your app not to be functioning. We do not expect it to be functioning at this stage. So you have some time to transfer your app onto BuilderAI because it must be submitted as one of the competition criteria on BuilderAI, as they are the official tech partner.
So I can just in the pitch video, I can just give a slide through of each screen. Yeah, that's all right? Yeah.
Absolutely. So something very similar to the Emirates videos we have seen. So essentially, if you go onto HouseSpace and you go under the submit page, you will see that we've prepared a deck for you to help you design your 4-minute pitch video. And in that 4-minute, we suggest that you spend around 1.5 minutes introducing your pitch deck. This is where we should see you, we should see your team and your pitch deck, and then have about 2 minutes where you walk us through the flat image, the still image of your mobile app prototype via BuilderAI, exactly like the Emirates video demonstration. Now that sample of Emirates video is available on HouseSpace under BuilderAI page.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right, we have some questions in the chat as well. I believe we've answered most of them, but allow me to say that on Wednesdays, which will be tomorrow, from 12 to 1:30, we have our weekly Q&A session. So if you have any further questions regarding the pitch, regarding the submission, please do feel free to log in, but you are also always welcome to send us messages via HouseSpace Forum or via the App Olympics at bncpublishing.net email. All right. So I believe we have some more questions here. Tayab, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
So just a confirmation, the due date for our submitting of the pitch video, which is 4 minutes long. will be by the 30th or 31st of Jan, right?
The 30th of January, midday.
Okay. And it has to be screen recorded with the Canva.
Yes.
And one more question to follow up with that. Is it mandatory to record ourselves while explaining, or can we just use voice?
It must be your voice, but
Yeah.
if you want to record the screen first and then edit and add the voice afterwards, this is not a problem, but it has to be your voice. You cannot use an AI generated voice.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Praful, would you like to say last few words?
Sure. Thank you so much, Melanie. And to all the participants, you don't need to submit an MVP or a functional application as part of the submission, which is due on 30th of January. You just need to create a 4-minute video, which includes your introduction and a pitch. Sorry, the prototype flow. The prototype flow should have the screens that can allow the user, or sorry, the viewer of your video to understand what you're trying to create. So focus on the key screens, focus on the the key user journeys, because you have limited time. Also refer to the Emirates prototype if you want, let's say, few more prototypes that we've created. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And BuilderAI team is available to assist. If you want, if you need help in picking features, what your app should have, we can align a meeting, and also have our product expert join the meeting so you can get those right features in place. And, before you come to, the builder.ai, let's say, whiteboard where you kind of put the features together and try to link the screens, it would be best for you to visualize the journey offline on a pen and paper so you can then just replicate that on the platform. That's the approach that most of the time has really worked well for most of our users, and I would advise you to also consider that. So yeah, I think, Melanie, that's pretty much it from my side.
Thank you so very much, Praful, once again for your generous insight. Really, truly appreciate